And I haven't been recording this whole time. That's been really good. So because it's a even multiplicity, remember even multiplicity touches, so it's just going to touch the x-axis and come back down in whichever, or go back up. It's going to kind of bounce off of it and go whichever direction it was already going. So I'm going to start low. In my other ones, at the one and the negative one, it's going to cross there because it's got an odd multiplicity. So I'm going to start low. And it looks like I'm going to try and go all the way up here. Okay, and then back down. And then it can go way down, or it doesn't have to. But then it's going to come up here, and it's just going to touch it and come back down. So both my endpoints are heading in the same direction. And that's what that graph should look like. Probably a little neater, but that's what it should look like. And try and make sure you curve this. See, mine's kind of curved in there at the 8 and not have it be a point. Try and make sure it looks like a little curve in there, even though it's really small. Okay, is there any questions on that? If it's in factored form, like all the graphs, most of the graphs we're giving you, you might have to factor like a cube. Not a cubic, so sorry, a quadratic every once in a while, but most of them will be already in factored form. It should be pretty easy just to find the x-intercepts, plot them, and graph them. You just have to remember the multiplicity with the x-intercepts, and then most of your y-intercepts are pretty big and won't be on the graph, to be honest with you. Okay, so let's go on and do a few more and then have you guys try. On your own. So, ooh, I don't know if I left myself a lot of room here. Okay, we're going to try it though. Okay, so let's go with degree. I'm going to start writing really small. My degree is degree 3, I believe. Degree 3. With a leading coefficient of 1. So that means that it's got a positive leading coefficient, an odd degree. That means it's going to start low and end high. Okay. And then my x-intercept, I've got I've got 0 and -3 multiplicity of 2. Okay. And my y-intercept, what's my y-intercept? 0 times 3 squared. Well, that's just 0. 0. Okay, I think that should be everything we need. So let's see what we've got. So I've got an x-intercept at 0. And I've got one at -3. And it's going to touch here and cross at 0. Okay, so I'm starting low. I'm going to come up. I'm going to touch, come back down, and go up and cross. Questions? And again, I could find the value where the minimum value of wherever this is right here just by plugging in whatever number's halfway between 0 and 3, so 1.5. I could plug it into this equation and find out where that value is. But since this is just a sketch, I don't have to be exact. Okay? Questions? Okay. Okay. We're doing the same thing. Oh. Sorry, I don't know what the other page looks like. I don't know where the A's and B's, they must be on the other page. So, so my degree is, what is my degree? Someone tell me. You guys are going to answer the questions now.
3.
3, good. What's my leading coefficient?
1.
1. So what does that mean my graph is going to look like? Or the end behavior of my graph?
High.
What?
The positive slope, right?
Positive slope, yeah. So I'm going to start low and end high. Good. Sorry, I just didn't hear that, Conrad, when you answered. So what are my x-intercepts?
-6 with multiplicity. Wait, -6.
Uh-huh.
And then 3 with multiplicity of 2.
Very good. 3 with a multiplicity of 2. Awesome. And then my y-intercept.
-54.
I think it'll be positive 54. Just because -3 times -3 is positive 9, right? Is that right? 6 times -3 squared. Positive 54? I think that should be right? 0 and 0, yeah. Okay. So then we're going to graph it. So I've got -6 and 3. And at 6, it's going to cross. And at 3, it's going to touch or kiss or whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to start low. Oh, I kind of missed my 3, but you guys get the point. There we go. And the peak should be kind of halfway between the, although mine looks like it's leaning a little bit, should be about halfway through the points, between the points. So any questions on those? Not too bad. How do you feel about graphing these? Pretty good. Emma's pretty good. Anybody else? Conrad, good. Manuel, good. Anybody who does not feel good doing this? Because there's not really a lot of stuff you can. If you don't feel good, we can go into a breakout room and we can still talk about it. Because a lot of this had to do with stuff you learned on Tuesday, right? So you needed to make sure that you on Tuesday stuff. So what I want you guys to do, if you have your packet, go ahead and do 3 and 4. I'm going to take Yellow into a breakout room and talk to him about it since he wasn't here on Tuesday. Oh, and then there's all the rest of you guys. And the other 6, please. And go ahead and work on those. And our 6 and -4 with a multiplicity of 3. And my y-intercept is -384. So I've got -4, which is, this is still a cross, but it's flat. They're both crosses because they're both odd multiplicity. 6. But when I go through at -4, remember it's going to flatten out a little bit. So it's going to start high. So it's going to come down through here, kind of flatten out before it crosses. Go way down here. And then come up and cross. Questions? I think that's one of the few that we have an odd multiplicity higher than 1 on. So I want to make sure that you know when it's an odd multiplicity that it kind of flattens out, or you remember that. Oh, we have another one. Okay. So B, or C, so sorry, degree of 3, leading coefficient -1. So it's going to start high, end low. My x-intercepts are 0, 2, and -2. And my y-intercept is 0. Please make sure if you have any questions on how I found any of these, you ask. So I've got 0, 2, and -2. And they're all crosses because there's no multiplicity other than 1. So I'm going to start high. I'm going to come down, back up, and back down. Okay, there's C. Okay, D, degree 6, leading coefficient 5, so positive leading coefficient, even degree, they're both going to open up. My x-intercepts are going to be 0, 7, 3, -6 with a multiplicity of 3, and my y-intercept is 0. So I've got -6, 0, 3, and 7. Okay, so I'm going to start up here, and it's going to flatten out at -6. Oh, and it has a y-intercept at 0, so it's going to come down here somewhere, come up, come down, back up. If you want to see how low those valleys go, you can plug in a number halfway between and actually get the value, the peaks and the valleys. You do not have to because this is just a sketch. As long as you have the general shape right, you're okay. And the main points, which are the x-intercepts and the y-intercepts, although sometimes the y-intercepts don't fit on our graph. Degree is 3. Leading coefficient is 3, so it's going to start low and end high, positive slope. X-intercept is going to be 7, 3, and -3. And my y-intercept is 189. Okay, so 7, 3, and -3. And it starts low, Oh, and my 189, so it's way up here. So, and of course I miss it. There we go. And then the last graph is degree 8, leading coefficient of -1. So they're both going to end open. It's going to open down. So my x-intercept are 0, 5, -2 with a multiplicity of 2. Oh, sorry. I need to rewrite this. 0 with a multiplicity of 2. 5, -2 with a multiplicity of 2. And 1 with a multiplicity of 3. And then my y-intercept is 0. So I've got 0, and it's going to touch, touch, cross, cross. So -2, it's going to touch. 0, it's going to touch. 5, it's going to cross. And 1, ooh, that one's going to be hard for me to do. 1, it's going to cross. Okay, but it's going to flatten out. Okay. So, what the heck? Okay. Let's see. So it touches at -2 and 0. Okay. And then it's going to cross at and it should be flatter, which I don't know if I can actually make it look like it's flatter. There we go. I guess that's what it kind of looks like. I think my graphs are too close together for it to look kind of flat. Probably shouldn't go down so far. There we go. That's a little better. Okay, so that's kind of what that last one looks like. Is there any questions? Are you guys okay with this? Okay, you have your assignment is in Canvas today. So it's 10 questions in Canvas. So you have about 7 minutes to work on that, if you don't have any questions. Thanks, guys. I'll make these smaller.
Ms. Campbell,
Yeah, hun.
what did you assign yesterday, the asynchronous day, or did you?
No, I don't think I signed it. I think there was a couple checkpoint. There might have been a checkpoint that was due yesterday, but there was no new checkpoint.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Because I thought I was going crazy.
No, there was just a checkpoint that was due yesterday, but there was nothing new yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah. Because we hadn't learned anything enough to do a checkpoint on it yet, so. If I was thinking about it in time, I would have did some ACT review, but I wasn't thinking about it in time, so. Last one was hard. I have to be at school in a few minutes. Yes, you are. You're welcome. Samantha, do you want to go in and talk, or do you want to wait a few minutes till class is over?
I don't know what you would like to do, but I don't mind.
Okay, let's just wait, because we only have a few minutes, so can we wait just a few minutes so I can dismiss everyone?
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Annie. Oh, interesting. Okay. All right. And I think that's it. Okay, you guys, so I have to talk to Samantha, so I'm going to let you guys go a few minutes early. So if you have any questions, just let me know. I will see you guys all tomorrow, okay? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Have a good night, you
I do
guys.
have a question real quick.
Okay.
I guess, wait. Can I show my screen?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, it says host disabled.
Oh, sorry. There you go.
Okay, I'm confused on how to do these ones. I know what this means as x equals negative infinity, y equals negative infinity.
So this is talking about so what degree is this?
6.
It's a degree 6. So no, it's not a degree 6. So the other ones are in factored form, so that's when I look at them all together. This one's in standard form, so it's just the highest degree. So what's the degree on this one?
Oh, 4.
Yeah, 4. And what's my leading coefficient?
I don't know, -5?
Yep, good. So I've got a negative, an even degree with a negative coefficient. So what are my endpoints going to look like? My ends going to look like?
It's opens down, right?
Right. So that means as it goes to, as x is both going to negative and positive infinity, what's happening to y?
This one, right? Because they both go down.
Yeah. Yep. That's it. There you go.
Okay, thank you.
So as you talk through it, it kind of makes sense, right? Yeah.
Well, yeah, I kind of forgot we did that other stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of remember now.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Samantha, let me. As I'm starting to move people out. The people who aren't in class anymore. Okay, sweetie, what's going on?
So question about how do all of the stuff that's in there, do I do all of that?
Yeah, that's the stuff that you're missing. I just put in the stuff that you were missing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I went through, that's specifically for you. I went through your grade A day and put in everything that you were missing. Unfortunately, I didn't do that with the Delta Math. You should be able just to go in and look at the Delta Math and see which ones you were missing. I'm sorry about that one.
Oh, okay. Thank you. It's fine.
Yeah, does that feel a little better now? If you need me to, I can put in the video pages and the completed note pages if you need me to do that too.
Yes, please.
Okay, let me write myself a note. Add video and completed. Okay, Sam. I got that note, so I'll get those added for you. But yeah, those are just the assignments that you're missing. So that class is basically just for you.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Huh?
About the dates?
I'm sorry, the dates?
Yeah, the due dates.
I didn't put any in there, so if you have them done by the end of the semester, the end of this quarter, I can change the grade pretty easily. But if it's past the end of the semester, it's a little harder to get changed.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome, honey. Okay, let's get these done. Okay, let's get Sam's class done first. I started deleting the note.